Our school is going through a lot of technological changes, be it latest technology of smartboards using touch feature or introduction of Chromebooks or iPads in teaching and learning. We have introduced a pilot project of one-to-one iPads in year 6, which will eventually become BYOD project in year 7 to year 9 in coming years. To start with this project, IT teachers, me and Monica Behel took responsibility of this pilot project and worked closely with team of year 6 teachers, Sumita, Tanya and Sharon. When we introduced this project, we had no idea from where to start. So to keep our ideas floating and to understand our destination, we started moving forward by collaborating using Google Docs. We shared our goals, discussed our doubts, made an action plan, and started executing our plan. Being one-to-one iPad project new in school, our first and foremost challenge was the readiness and mindset of teachers to adapt new technology. So we provided them various training sessions. Keeping summer model in mind, we identified various apps and mapped them with their curriculum and started integrating in their lessons. We planned together with year 6 teachers, demonstrated the use of apps and encouraged teachers to use iPad for their lesson. The result of term 1 effort is that the students used Toontastic to create stories in literacy, Poplets to consolidate their learning, Google Maps to identify locations in geography, and did assessments using Socrative in maths. Now students and teachers seem confident to explore more and use iPads in instruction.
In the sense, I think one focus has been presentation of skills. So the fact that there's so many variety apps that they can use for presenting this, and it's not paper and pencil, makes them more enthusiastic. But more than that, I think something like the Poplet has helped them organize their thoughts well.
And they can stage anything properly as well. So they can actually add on to whatever they have learned in the class using ICT skills.
So they're structured, there's a more logical approach. In fact, when they did that Poplet reviewing what they've done the entire semester, has been really revealing, because they've managed to do, break it down and make links with what's in the class, and we wouldn't have been able to organize their thoughts otherwise. The fact that it's in the form of a flow chart or a map, what's it called, a mind mapping. So it's really, really helped. So that's one of the skills which I think has really helped. I think their ability to develop their creativity as a skill has also improved, because some people are not very good at maybe drawing or are not very confident for doing that, and with the use of Toontastic and being able to either just do a sketch which doesn't have to be perfect, or getting down pictures from the internet and then writing their story has helped.
See, as teachers, basically, I personally was not very familiar with iPads, but yes, I had little information about the icons and everything. But now I think with the training of with the IT teachers who we are getting trained, and the thing is, I'm learning also more with the students, so it's really helping a lot.
So you feel that you are comfortable in searching and using different apps on iPad?
Yes, the process is still continuing. So yes, more or less 50% yes, and still the continuous process of it.
This other one is respecting the fact that it's your own device, right? So you need to ensure that you're looking after your own one, and you're not to sort of tamper with someone else's. Mm-hmm. So even because everyone's is labeled, so they need to ensure that they only use their own and sort of not fool around with someone else's. Basically encouraging them to be responsible. That's one of the major classroom.
Okay. As you use the word responsible, do you think that they are responsible user of technology also? They know how to use it responsibly. What do you think about your class students?
See, I think the teachers have taught about copyright and plagiarism and the safety rules of internet and as well. But the thing is, sometimes you don't need to just be reflected back onto it again, because it's not gel into the system. They have to be repeated again actually. But yes, they know to research the keywords and about any project and all that. But the safety rules and all, yes, they have to be reinforced again.
Also, I think you've got to remember that, see, it's not an inherent part of their nature yet, right? It's something we're trying to imbibe into them, but it'll take years because they are, after all, they're just 10-year-old, they're trying to be silly once in a while. But basically, somewhere they know that what's right or wrong. Also, Tanya, I don't know, but I've seen my class, they teach each other a lot.
Right.
I mean, they go around and they're
teaching
really
happening. Yeah.
There's one who really knows it and says, oh, I know how to do that, and they'll come and show you how to save it. And so, yeah, it's like joint learning from
Exactly. And also the new applications like Socrative teachers and students that has helped to, like for example, we did the mental maths test in one session, so it was really taken up very positively by the kids.
Yeah, it's not a
and they
paper.
had it was not a paper pen test, and they really enjoyed it.
Something different from what they normally do.
Well, my last question, that what problems as teacher you faced in implementing this new way of teaching?
I think the logistics of it, right? It's basic logistics like, we didn't know so many things. Like, for example, the settings. So every time we wanted to go on the internet, the children were much more savvy with it. So they would go change the settings, put their own password. So it took us some time to figure out, like, look, that's not acceptable, and you have to respect the school settings. So it's all logistics, I think. It's to do with internet access is the biggest problem for some reason or the other. And otherwise, so things like keeping it charged, sharing it with other year groups, we have managed to sort that out. But the basic one was ensuring that there was a system in place. We hadn't planned for the system, but we jumped into the actual using of it. And then we started troubleshooting as it came, and it's working. So I think that was our knowledge or lack of knowledge wasn't an issue. Lack of knowledge, but it was more like understanding the machine and how we could maximize it, not the apps so much.
This is a year-long project and we have just started. At the end of term 1, we took feedback from teachers and students to recognize the outcome of our actions. We are learning and are in continuous process of modifying, redefining our teaching and learning. We have registered with an organization which provides opportunities of collaboration with other international schools. We have identified few projects which we will start in term 3. This journey has enriched our knowledge by making us learn how to take on challenges, overcome them, and enter into solutions domain.